Utah State Senator Mark Madsen, who's a Mormon, is apparently strongly backing a medical marijuana bill. What? You see, although Madsen is a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, he still sees the value in providing medicine to sick people. Common sense, in my opinion, but apparently to a lot of Mormons, they see it different. The Mormon Church, for example, doesn't allow the consumption of things like tea or coffee or alcohol, let alone the devil's lettuce, Mark.
Yeah, well, he's not advocating for recreation use, but medicinal use, right?
Right.
And do you think he's going to pay a price in his constituency?
I think so, but you know what? I think this shows that, I think it's just a good indication of the general direction that we're moving in this country. He's a conservative, although he sees the huge benefits, not only when it comes to taxes, but for people's well-being. But this isn't coming out of nowhere. Back in 2007, Mr. Madsen overdosed on painkillers. He had some back problems. He accidentally overdosed on his medicine. He had to be revived. His heart basically stopped beating. And if he was taking, a cannabis-based alternative, this wouldn't be the problem. So conservatives being very conservative until something like the laws that they're actually trying to fight against actually happens to them, and then they kind of see the other side, because conservatives a lot of times have a very hard time looking at the other side of things.
Right, but because of the restriction against alcohol, prescription medication abuse in Utah is actually high, because they can get it from their doctor and it's totally okay with the religion. Now, he's overdosed. In prescription medication abuse, like Oxycontin and Vicodin, I mean, that's just like heroin, as far as I'm concerned, but it's legal.
It's got more addictive, yeah.
And this is why now you see on television commercials for, are you suffering from OIC, opioid-induced constipation? Well, maybe you could stop taking the drugs, but we have another drug you can take because you're addicted to painkillers and that makes you constipated. So we got another drug. Yeah, it's legal. And you can get it from a doctor, so that makes it okay.
Right, and the amount of lobbying that's going. I mean, we can go in. That's a whole other story for itself. Why that is actually legal and why why it shouldn't be. But I just want to stick on this. And do you agree with me that this is sort of like the direction that we're moving in this country?
Well, obviously, yeah. In a state like Utah, there's an extra hurdle there, which is the religious hurdle.
Yes.
And although to my point about the opioids, marijuana isn't addictive.
Yes.
You can make it something that can be prescribed as medicinal marijuana. It won't lead to people almost dying because they've abused it.
Right. But I think the whole stigma behind marijuana, specifically medical marijuana, is definitely changing rapidly. But I'm sure a lot of Mormons in the state of Utah still, their heads are going to explode at the thought of legalizing marijuana, even if it's for medicinal purpose. But apparently, Mark Madsen, state senator of Utah, wants to see that get done.